Welcome to Sunday's video. WEF, the World Economic Forum, who want to control the world by getting all the governments, including Justin Trudeau, on their side to, I don't know, come up with ideas that aren't really good for regular people. They had a meeting, a government meeting, and they invited a few people along, and we're just going to take some snippets. We might be a bit late to the show on Sunday, but I'm going to have a listen and show you guys a few of the snippets from what they were talking about. First of all, let's listen to the Argentinian president. Yeah, he went there. Can you believe they invited him? I don't know. I think it was an accident or something. I read somewhere that they put him on the list, and he says, "Well, if I'm on the list, I'm going to go." And he went, and he said this.
Unfortunately, in recent decades, motivated by some well-meaning individuals willing to help others, and others motivated by the wish to belong to a privileged caste, the main leaders of the Western world have abandoned the model of freedom for different versions of what we call collectivism. We're here to tell you that collectivist experiments are never the solution to the problems that afflict the citizens of the world. Rather, they are the root cause. Do believe me, no one better placed than us, Argentines, to testify to these 2 points.
Yeah, he's pretty upfront guy, eh? Definitely not left-wing. And then we had the United Nations Secretary General come on, and he wanted his say. After he has his say, we go to this lady who just, she's definitely lost it. She thinks everything that everybody's saying that isn't for what the WEF want is misinformation. So let's have a listen to the Secretary General first, and then let's move on to our lady, misinformation lady.
As climate breakdown begins, countries remain hell-bent on raising emissions. Our planet is still heading for a scorching 3-degree increase in global
Let's stop there just for a moment and do a fact check. Yeah, boiling.
Drought, storms, fires and floods are pummeling countries and communities.
Stop! Didn't a guy just get arrested for starting 16 or more wildfires in Quebec? Yeah, I think so. This guy's full of bollocks, isn't he? Carry on.
Before traveling to the United Nations climate talks in COP28 in Dubai.
Yeah, you flew there on a private jet, you muppet. That's going to help things, isn't it? Let's fly out to the oil capital of the world and talk about how other people can't fly anywhere and drive anywhere. Yeah. Freaking hell. Right, carry on.
Such rapid changes should disturb us all. 2023 went down as the hottest year on record, but it could be one of the coolest years on the future.
In 2023, we had raises in carbon tax. How come that didn't fix the environment? Where's the carbon tax going? Why isn't it being sent to this carbon tax god and he can fix everything and stop this global boiling? Look at it. The boiling's piling up.
Let me be very clear again. The phase-out of fossil fuels is essential and inevitable. No amount of spin or scare tactics will change that. Let's hope it doesn't come too late.
This lady stepped up and she's talking about misinformation and disinformation. What? These guys are the worst. Absolutely the worst. Since when did we stop discussing things and debating? Since when did debating go out of the window? And all of a sudden, it's, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. Mandates. Yeah, listen to this lady.
The top concern for the next 2 years is not conflict or climate. It is disinformation and misinformation, followed closely by polarization within our societies. These risks are serious because they limit our ability to tackle the big global challenges we are facing.
So what she's saying there is the polarization of people. That's bringing people together. she's worried about people getting together and discussing these things. And what she means by disinformation and misinformation is what we would call truth. Anyway, that's enough of that foolishness. Let's get on with the comments. What about that Sean Strickland, eh? He gave it to them reporters. If you're wondering what that's about, MMA champion Sean Strickland, oh yeah, you got to watch that. Just Google him or go to Rebel News. You'll see the interview with him. He gave Trudeau and the reporters a piece of his mind. I can't really put it on here. I know a lot of people have got it on, but I don't know what the repercussions are going to be from that, because pretty sure once YouTube realizes what he's actually saying there, they could be repercussions, because YouTube's very, very picky about what they allow on this network. So yeah, just go and have a watch. If you don't like swearing, don't watch him. Okay, comments. Trudeau wants to regulate pizza and bagel ovens. Stop the madness. Yeah, you really couldn't make that up. Really couldn't. Like Pookie Bear said.
This is complete insanity. You really can't make this stuff up, even if you tried.
Exactly. Salty said,
if we cleaned the forest every spring and burned the excess in a controlled manner in a pizza oven, furnaces, water boilers, we'd have free heat, no forest fires, and the same amount of emissions. Takes a bow.
Well said, Salty. Brian said,
wow, I don't even know what to say over such madness. This government gets farther and farther away from reality. Meanwhile, Volkswagen is making a wood-burning generator for machinery to work remote places. No joke, we've already found a way to fuel up in remote workplaces. It's called a mobile diesel tank. I use them all the time. Can we please get some adults in the room, for Christ's sakes?
yeah, there is, I'll do a video on that. They've actually building a wood burning electric generator to keep electric equipment working in the forest for forestry. Yeah, I know. And G. Marie said,
this is crazier than crazy.
And then we had the video on Friday about the frozen EVs stranded. Tesla EV owners stranded in freezing Arctic conditions. I hope they've gone home now by now. I hope they're not still there, poor guys. Yeah, it's like they were saying things like, oh, yeah, you need to preheat your battery before you charge it or you'll ruin the battery. But some of these guys, that they had no power at all. They were being towed to the place where they're going. And I saw a program, an EV guy who advocates for EVs, and he was showing. He said, "Oh, I'm going to deep freeze my Tesla and see how it goes in the winter with a dead battery." So what he did is he froze his Tesla. He managed to get it to the charger. He froze it near the charger, which was handy, eh? He put it on the charger, and it took over 30 minutes before it would even start charging. And he was into nearly 2 hours by the time he had enough charge to drive that car home. So Krusty Canuck said,
like I say on my show, crack never smokes itself.
Go over to Krusty's channel on a Tuesday. He's live. Really good, really down to earth, honest Canadian, full on Canadian ex-forces. Go and listen to him. He's really got his head screwed on, guys. Norm said,
surprise, surprise.
Carrie says,
anybody in hardware would tell you leaving your battery tools in the cold would kill the batteries.
Exactly. If I leave a battery drill or something in the garage and then I come to it like after a few frozen nights, it's going to be dead. So actually, it's the same with my car. If I leave it a couple of nights overnight without starting it, I've got to give it a boost. But once it takes me 2 minutes to boost the car, and then I'm good for 500 kilometers. MCGA Let's Go says,
let's call them 3-season EVs. No, thanks, I'll keep my old gas car.
3-season, yeah, like all-season tires. They don't work in winter. Justin Trudeau, not fit for the purpose, and some spicy comments. Yeah, there were some good comments on that. I know a lot of you guys, support the channel and said to ignore them, but I just thought I'd show you a few just in case you missed them. But I'll be honest, we don't get many bad comments. Just people saying that usually lefties who come on and go, "Oh, Pierre's going to be no better," but how can it be worse? So McMarl says,
Majority of Canadians are disgusted with fancy multicoloured socks and want him gone. More than anything, your channel has my support. Thank you.
and Andre Dion says,
his resume wouldn't qualify him for a janitor's position in a grocery store. The only job he had was part-time, and he got chased out of that midterm, and I'm having trouble remembering why.
Yeah, we won't go there, right? I'm sure some people in the comments will know. If you're ever wondering about why we say the comments and that and why we do the comments, you should read the comments. If it's your first time here, have a read of the comments. That's where all the action really happens. And cheers, guys, for actually commenting. George Vladimirovich, I probably messed that up, George.
He was not very ready then, and definitely not now. Growing with a silver spoon at his mouth doesn't qualify him for the job.
No, it doesn't really. Just because your dad did the job. Like, my dad was a plumber, but I'm not a plumber. Just because he did the job, you want me to turn up at your house and then start saying, "Hey, my dad was a plumber. I'm going to fix your pipes," and then everything floods. Doesn't work like that in real life, does it? Bernadette says,
anyone else notice the ad before the video? Come to Canada for the warm Canadian welcome. Doesn't tell you about no housing, what about the roof over your head and a job.
No, just again, guys, what adverts are you getting before? Like, I have no control over the adverts on YouTube. YouTube took that control away from creators. So if you get some really weird adverts, I'd love to hear about them. Well, that's it. That's the comments done. Go for me, Timmies. And we'll see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Make sure you get up or watch me in the evening. Cheers, guys. Have a great week.